Yes, guys. Good evening. Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm officially back. It's been a while, but yeah, we're back, guys. And first off, before we start the show, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone in the chat and K-Mac and everyone behind the scenes as well for the love they have shown. I appreciate, guys. Family appreciate it. So big up to everyone. Yeah, it does. It does mean a lot to us. It really does. More than you believe. But we're back to talk football, and we've got a lot of football to talk about, guys. A ton of football to talk about. It's been one of the best weekends for Liverpool in quite some time. Got so much to chat about. I've got receipts to. I've got things to say. I've got a lot to say, actually, guys. It's been a while, so I'm going to get it all off my chest today. But I've got my right-hand man with me, my old mucker. K-Mac, how you doing, man?
I'm good, and I'm glad all is well. And big up the chat, and yeah, what a weekend! Carlsberg did weekends.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good one, especially if you're a Liverpool Football Club fan. But yeah, look, let's get straight into the Brighton game. Let's just get moving. So obviously we played Brighton 2 games in a week, 2 wins. League Cup game was a little bit more straightforward. There's no doubt about it. But look, the game yesterday, K-Mac, the first half was arguably the worst of the first half since the Ipswich first half, I would say, this season, where we were shambles of everything. We couldn't put a ball together. We couldn't pass. Nothing was going right. We couldn't run with the ball. It was, you got to give a lot of credit to Brighton. They set up in a 4-4-2. Played extremely well, passed the ball, moved the ball beautifully across the pitch. So you got to give them a lot of credit as well. But that first half, man, was terrible, wasn't it? It was just not good.
Yeah, it was awful. It reminded me of Forest, to be honest. Everyone looked a bit leggy.
Don't mention Forest a slot. Yeah,
Yeah, well, he led second half, and he said it. He said it in the press conference as well afterwards. Like he just wanted something better than what they did in the second half against Forest.
Yeah,
and I tell you what, their manager needs a bit of credit as well, because
good coach.
Because he's a good coach, and it looks like he kind of took away from the game on the Wednesday some things that he felt he could get at us at our ground.
Yeah,
and he did. And I mean, they outplayed us for large parts in that first half.
Oh
completely
right.
Our midfield. Like that Swedish kid, whatever his name is, was like just destroying our midfield on his own. What was his name? Aizi or something like that? Iae or something like that.
Yeah.
He was good.
They find good talent, don't they, Brighton? They find good talent.
What we want to do is we want to be scouting their scouts.
Yeah, that's it. Just watch who Brighton are watching.
Watching who Brighton are watching, yeah.
And then poach, yeah.
Exactly. That Huselhoff as well. I think he came from a second division team, St. Pauli in Germany.
I think so, yeah.
He's never managed a top team, a top tier team. And I've listened to quite a lot about Brighton, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they were challenging for top 4 in the next year or 2.
Yeah,
they just ran so well, mate.
They're a very, very, very good team. It was a hard game.
It was a very hard game.
But Brighton, look, they deserve to be 1-0 up at half time. I think
they deserve to be 2-0 up, if I'm honest, if it wasn't for Keller. What a save.
They're a good side. We were terrible. But look, Slot, if anyone worried about his technical nous and what he can do in game, the way he changed it at half time, I thought was really good. Basically in the end playing 4 forwards, I think confused Brighton eventually. Salah and Diaz were swapping that 10 position, sort of having more of a free role, allowed to be a bit more creative. That's not, and that's, I know a lot of people worry about Slot still, the way we play and stuff like that. But what I saw is that you can be behind in games. You can be beaten in games in this division. But, Slot worked it out at half time, what he needed to change. And he changed it, K-Mac, and for the better as well, because there's a player we got, I know Salah's going to get the credit for that he's winning. We're going to talk about Mo in a bit, but Curtis Jones, man. Now, you know, if anyone watched our the channel last season, you and me bigging up Curtis Jones quite a lot, and he's not always the flavour of the week. He's not always the pin-up guy. He's not always, you know, he's always going to have his detractors. But for me, this season, I personally believe he's outperformed McAllister.
Yeah,
and should be in the team.
I can't actually disagree with that, to be honest. I think McAllister's been quite poor this season.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's like a Copa America hangover or he's carrying an injury, but he seems to be getting involved in too much battling in the midfield. He's not winning them enough, if I'm completely honest. I think he needs to get played further forward, like I really do. And I think I was on Hissam's show on Friday, and he thinks Curtis Jones is probably our 5th best player this season.
Yeah.
And there wasn't many people that disagreed with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like, he's carried on from where he left off last year, because last year he was very, very good for a long time. And look, at the end of the day, I don't think Curtis Jones is ever going to make everybody say he's amazing. He's just not. Like, they're going to have this conversation of, oh, well, he doesn't release the ball quick enough. Well, did you think he released the ball quick enough for the Salah goal?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Look, with McAllister right now,
I think Jones should play there now.
Yeah, I think McAllister's just tired, man. As you said, he played the whole season for Brighton. The whole season for Brighton before we bought him. He played the World Cup. He won the World Cup. He joined Liverpool, played for Liverpool the whole season, played the Copper, won the Copper, and now come back to Liverpool again. So, if anything, McAllister's played a lot of football, and he's been pivotal for club and country in all that time as well. I think Alexis is at this moment just maybe a bit burnt out. And, and playing that double pivot, with Gravenberch, you're playing a defensive key in the team and an attacking point in the team at the same time. It's a very demanding position that he's playing at this moment in time. And I think that's just showing at the moment. He needs to be rotated for me. I know we all talk about Gravenberch being rotated. Yeah, I get it, but Gravenberch looks fresh. He looks fresh at the moment, where McAllister looks effed. I ain't gonna lie. He looks absolutely drained. And don't forget, he's been carrying this little injury as well, an adductor muscle injury as well. So he's got that injury he's been carrying since international break. Played a lot of football.
And they played him.
Yeah, and
even when he was injured.
I think it's just now, I feel like Curtis Jones has done enough at the moment to prove that he should just let McAllister come out of the team for a little bit. Stick Curtis Jones alongside Gravenberch. Yeah. What do you reckon?
I totally agree. And I mean, the thing about it is he's probably going to play him against Leverkusen. McAllister.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't know. I feel like McAllister should probably play in Dom's position now, because Dom. Look, I really want to have excuses for Dom, but Dom is just looking like a hand model now.
Hand model,
For Liverpool, like, he's just not looking like a player anymore. Like, I don't know, man. He was terrible against Brighton. Like, really bad.
I don't know what's going on with Szoboszlai right now. I literally don't. We're playing him further forward this season. We're tending him to be more the creative player this season.
We've been raving about him playing further forward.
Yeah.
And he's looking worse than he did when he played further back.
When he played further back. So, I don't know where. I'm coming to a ping now where I don't know what Szoboszlai's position is. I don't know where he plays. Has he got, I think, big up the Drifty, he was saying this earlier. Has he got a bit of the Havertz about him, where you just don't know where to play him? Has he got that about him, where you just don't know where he should play?
The thing about it as well is when he played for Leipzig, he had a bit of a Havertz about him, Like he'd pop up with goals and assists, and he'd be in that attacking midfield, the place where he kind of float around. Like I don't know. Like
yeah,
I genuinely don't know. Like personally, I think he probably needs a rest as well.
Yeah, because he's not doing the stuff that we gave him credit for. So the off the ball work that he was tremendous at the beginning of the season, that's stopped now as well.
He's starting to look a bit.
So that off the ball work we all credited him with at the beginning of the season. Yeah. We said it, all right, he's not doing what we want as a number 10. He's not getting goals and assists or being creative, but we commend his off the ball work and his work off the ball, which is a inclination why the midfield was working nicely, so we gave him credit for it. But right now, he's not even doing that great either.
That's couple of games. That's kind of
I don't know what we do with Szoboszlai.
We played him as a false 9 against Brighton away.
Yeah,
and he was dogs.
Like, he played false 9.
He was dogs, and then we played him as the 10, and he was dogs in that game.
Do you know his best position for Liverpool? It's probably central midfield.
Oh, mate, I honestly don't know now. Like,
I mean,
really don't know.
I'm thinking of his best performances now for Liverpool. Have they come when he plays deeper? You know,
I mean, his international manager said that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, but the thing about it as well is, if you take Dom out, and maybe you rotate the 10 with Dom and Mac. Then they both get a bit of rest and they both get to play. Like maybe that could work.
So with McAllister, because I think we got not an issue, but Slott's got a thing he needs to look at between these two players right now. Now with McAllister, Slott's not really played him as a 10 from the outset in a game yet, has he? You know, he comes off like substitutions or tactical things in game, he might push him further forward, but he's not really started him as an out and out 10, has he? And he can if he wanted to. What is stopping Slot playing McAllister as that 10? Is it the fact that he doesn't feel like he's got another player that can play alongside Gravenberch? But the former Curtis Jones now shows me that he can be trusted to play alongside Gravenberch. You know, especially for me, if I look at Curtis Jones's strengths, you know, especially his pressing game, and I think Curtis is more press resilient than maybe McAllister is. You could argue that he probably should play in that deeper position. I think Curtis is better in that alongside double pivot than he is in a 10. Personally, I think he'd first running from deeper and being involved in the game and being on the outskirts of a game. But can McAllister play the actual 10 position? And the reason I say that is because it's completely different to playing deeper in the pitch because you're not as involved as much. Sometimes you've got to play with your back to goal, playing the half turn. Sometimes you're facing your own goal, you know, depending if you want to get the ball and how you turn and that. Is McAllister actually better getting into them positions from a deeper area where he vacates his position to get forward? Or can he play in that out and out 10 role? What do you think?
So if you look at last season, do you remember we had that, like, I think it was a patch of about 8 games where McAllister got I think he got 2 or 3 goals and he also provided quite a few assists. If you look at that position, he was playing, I wouldn't say he was playing as a 10, but he was playing very high up as an attacking midfielder, as an 8. And he was getting into those pockets, and he was basically doing what Harvey Elliott's really good at. Mm-hmm. But because he's McAllister, he's got a good shot on him, and he's also got a good eye for a pass. And I think where we're playing him now is we're playing him on the left, where he's got the opportunity to come forward a lot more. So he plays a bit higher than Gravenberch. But the only problem is, he's still in the thick of midfield, which means that he's still challenging for the ball. He's still winning tackles. He's still trying to lock players down, you know. And I just don't think that's his game. Like, I also don't think he's strong enough to be able to withstand it, because the amount of times you see him and he's flying in with tackles, like just getting involved in battles that I just don't think he needs to be involved in. And I'm just like, oh God, he's down again. Here comes the physio. Like, is that McAllister injured? Like, how many times has the physio come on for McAllister?
Yeah, he's not robust, is he?
He's not robust enough. And you put him higher up, then he doesn't need to be. Like, he doesn't need to be robust there because he's in the space between the midfield and the attackers, and he's got to kill a ball and he's got to kill a shot. Like I feel like in that position, he could do what he did for Brighton, where he scored like 11 goals that season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And created a lot of chances. And I don't. The thing about it is, I don't think Slot actually knows his correct positions for some of his players yet.
No,
I still think he's trying to find out like where these guys fit perfectly. And with Curtis Jones, I feel like he may well have found that now. Like he's tried them as a 10, and he's tried them on the left-hand side of midfield quite a few times now, and he's used them. Like that Chelsea game should have automatically got another game. It just should have. He locked down Cole Palmer, and he was man of the match. Like,
yeah,
you know, scored the winner, brilliant goal by the way, and also won a penalty and probably should have won another one if I'm completely honest. But you know, I'm not VAR or the ref, but I just feel like that should have got him another game, and then his confidence would have built, and he would have carried on.
Yeah,
but you've seen him in the last game when he came on as a sub. You've seen him when he changed the game against Arsenal when he came in, like because he moved out of the 10 position and came into the midfield.
Yeah,
we got control of the game again. I don't know. Like I feel like Slot's probably going to get it right soon. Like he'll be working it out, and eventually he'll be like, "Yeah, he goes there," and then maybe he'll try Mack in the next game in the 10. Because you can't play Dom there.
I think no, in the midfield at this moment in time, I think he's got one player down and sus, and that's Grav.
That's Grav, yeah.
Grav's his main man.
Yeah.
Like if we got a League Cup game, Grav ain't even in the squad. It tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, he's your Gravenberch was on a date watching the game, man. You know.
Yeah, I know that's a bit like.
Gravenberch is not even in the squad for a League Cup game. That tells you everything you need to know. That he's his main man. So in that midfield right now, Gravenberch is the undroppable one. Everyone else is questionable. So
it does explain why we're still linked with midfielders.
Yeah, look, maybe he wants to free Macca up, but he doesn't know how to free him up right now. And he doesn't trust Szoboszlai to play him deeper in a double pivot, because the reason McAllister, I believe, is playing a double pivot because he's really very good at receiving the ball off the back line. That's what he wants. He wants Gravenberch and McAllister to receive the ball off the back line, turn, move, start playing the ball 1-2 passing. That's what he wants. If McAllister he can play it into feet, he can play long diagonals. Gravenberch is a ball carrier, can run with the ball. He's got a lovely combination there in his mind. That's what he wants. So if he plays Szoboszlai there, do you trust Szoboszlai playing the ball from a defender?
No.
Receiving the ball from a centre back at the moment? Neither does Slot, and that's why he's not playing there. But he thinks he needs to be on the pitch, so he's playing him further forward, thinking that you can get more creativity out of him, which ain't proved the point at this moment this season. So, and that's why he doesn't want to leave McAllister out of that 6%. But now he's got Curtis Jones, who's playing really well. And he tried Curtis Jones in the 10 the other day, and it didn't quite work because he was too much against Arsenal. He was just too much on the periphery of the game. He weren't in the meat of it. You know, you need to play Curtis Jones deeper.
He kept on tracking back, because we were getting outrun in midfield, which meant we didn't have the outlet, which was him, basically, because he was too busy trying to win the battle in the midfield, because they outswamped us in the midfield, because they brought Trossard into midfield, and they also put Partey into midfield, and they just overran us. Like, they had really good tactics against us, by the way. Like, they just did.
Yeah, they played well, man. And
we couldn't get Diaz. We couldn't get Diaz isolated with Partey.
No. They played that extra midfielder. And also in the game yesterday, Trent, he got Trent inverting in the second half, which helped because you got that extra man in midfield. It really did
help the game. It did.
So you got that control. Now, in this 10 position, where I think is the issue right now, is Luis Diaz the answer? Now,
it's an interesting one. Is Cody Gakpo the answer?
Yeah, because Luis Diaz pretty much came in on the second half against Brighton yesterday and played that 10 position. Yeah, he had that freedom. He had that freedom to play that central area. Now, I'm not going to say a man or men who said that Diaz is better centrally, but we won't go there right now. But, you know, Diaz in that 10 area with his creativity and his ability to hold on to the ball, and then Gakpo, Salah out wide and Darwin up top, gives you what that gives you is that you can get the ball up quicker to the forwards. Diaz can hold it. You know, you can get the ball up quicker to the forwards. Trent can invert, and then you make that more solid structure in the midfield while still having 4 attackers up top. So then if you've got them 4 attackers on the pitch and Trent's inverting, you then got 3 sitters, and then you got your 3 at the back in Tsimikas, Konate and Verge. So straight away like that, you've got a better defensive structure and you've got 4 forwards on the pitch. Is that something Klopp might look at? Because he's done it a few times. He did it against Brighton, and I think he did it earlier in the season, but I can't remember against who, where he brought on a forward for a midfielder and it changed the game.
It didn't. We tried it. We did. We tried it with Nottingham Forest where Trent came into midfield.
Yeah.
And when I seen him do that against Brighton, I was like, oh my God, have you not learned off the last time you tried that against Nottingham Forest? And we actually conceded, but it worked out. Like, it did work out. Look, the problem I've got is, and I think Slott's probably going to realise this soon, 4-2-4 does not work.
No,
4-2-4 doesn't work. Like, he's tried it a number of times now.
He tried to kill a team in the first half. I see what he's trying to do.
Yeah. I can see what he's trying to do as well, but 4-2-4 just doesn't seem to work. Like, like, we just haven't got enough people in the midfield. Like, we've done that against Arsenal, and we also did it against Brighton at home, and it didn't work for the first half. We had to change things, and then we won, and obviously got a draw.
He's trying to keep the ball in the wider areas, and that's why he did the diagonal passing, because he tried to overload the wide areas of the pitch. And if you're overloading the wide areas, centre backs move across, and then your central players invade them spaces. But unfortunately, as you say, it's not quite working, because I don't think.
And you're playing your number 10 like as a forward, like as a false 9, and they're not false 9s. Like, Szoboszlai isn't a false 9, Curtis Jones isn't a false 9. Like, never done the job before, so you're putting them in a position where they're not that good, like, if I'm honest. And we've been caught out now. But the managers seen what's going on the pitch and gone away and gone, right, I'm changing things around. And it worked. Like if you look at the Brighton game, like, Brighton brought a load of subs on, because we went 2-1 up, and then Brighton brought 3 subs on, didn't they?
Yeah.
So what did Slot do? Slot took off Salah and put on another right back.
Yeah.
And then just took out their winger that they just brought on, a Dingra. So he was doubled up with Trent and Bradley, and it was just genius. And the game was just dead then. Like, it was dead. It was over, like. And you watch that, and I just thought, that's just such good in-game play to nullify the opposition by what they've done to counteract this straight away. And I just, like, he's just a good coach. Like, just ignore the manager part. Like, just ignore the manager part, because he hasn't really had a chance to do any of that yet as a management thing.
That's head coach.
In games, he's just a great coach. Like, just tactics wise and getting the best out of players. Like,
I'm all for coaches. Yeah. I've always said this: coaches or managers, whatever you want to call them. I'm all for having a game plan, putting your game plan into place. If it don't work, you change it. I'm all for that. He played 4-2-4 against Brighton because he thought he was going to have more of the ball.
Yeah.
And he had just swallow Brighton up in them wide areas. You know, he probably thought Brighton are going to play that high line with high intensity. We play a 4-2-4, swallow up them wide areas, get the overflow and then into midfield higher up the pitch. Virgin Konate step up, and then Trent can come inside. But Brighton had more of the ball. And because Brighton had more of the ball, when you're playing 4-2-4, you get an overload in midfield.
Yeah.
And they played 4-4-2. So therefore, they just had that overload in midfield. Their wingers got more freedom. And they played that 2 up top. So if they need to go long, one can keep it, one can drop. The wide men can get out around. and it's hard to defend when you're playing a 4-2-4 without the ball. Very difficult.
Yeah.
And he changed it at half time. He got the lads in. He went, you know what? Let's drop this. Let's go back to 4-2-3-1. Double pivot. You'll start the second half, and then he made the substitutions. And yeah, Curtis Jones and Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez, man, was a machine when he came on.
He could have scored 2 goals.
Yeah, especially that first one. I don't think he got a nosebleed. I think.
Mad.
But when Joe Gomez came on with a point to prove that, you know what, I can still be a centre back. I can still play a centre back, and it gave me some feels. Do you remember the Gomez and Virgil centre back at their best partnership? And I looked at it and oh, can you two?
I know, there was a lot of fans. There was a lot of fans at the end that kind of, I don't know, they would maybe hopium or something like that. I don't know what you call it, but they were like, oh well, if Konate's broke his arm or broke his wrist, then we've got the Gomez Virgil van Dijk partnership to the end of the season. I'm like, well, hang on a minute. I don't want him to break his wrist so Gomez plays.
No, and also, like, look, let me just go on Konate a minute and come back to Gomez, but like Virgil, I think Virgil said he stepped on his arm or headbutted his arm or something like that. You know,
I know.
Right, if you got headbutted by, he got headbutted. I think he got headbutted by him where he tried to head the ball or something like that, or stamped on his arm. I can't remember what it was, but Virgil, he absolutely killed him.
And he almost nearly killed Tsimikas as well, Virgil.
Yeah,
he was basically just taking out our players.
Virgil don't care, man. He's just like, get out of my way. It's a lesson to learn. Get out of Virgil's way. But I like what Virgil said after it. It's only his arm. I'm sure he can play next week. Yeah, it's like no remorse. But by the sounds of it, Konate is absolutely
I know he's fine. He did a post on Instagram, basically.
Yeah, he had a scan. Nothing there. Being a bit of a tart, really, weren't he? But yeah, look, that must have hurt for Konate go off.
Tell you what, though, mate, I did have flashbacks of him missing the Real Madrid game last time round.
Yeah, Konate, man, needs to.
Konate misses big games, and we don't do well in them.
No, and Konate's been immense. He's been immense.
Brilliant.
So Konate be fine, but Gomez, man, what a performance he put in that second half as well.
Brilliant.
He has. He was excellent, and you know.
We also had to give some flowers for Tsimikas as well. I thought he was terrific, mate.
Yeah, well, Tsimikas
had a really good game.
I honestly believe Tsimikas is Arne Slot's left back. He's just rotating the two of them at the moment. But I think Tsimikas has been given, apart from the Arsenal game, I think Tsimikas has been given the bigger games. So, Robbo, Robbo is just, I love that guy to bits, man. But he's getting done up by everyone now. And he's making mistakes. And it's so unlike Robbo. The mistakes he's making there are they're poor.
The thing for me, the thing for me as well, and I've done like a show on Enzo's show. It's you're not getting what you get off Robbo. Like if you're not getting the output which Robbo provides, which was assists, brilliant passing, huge pressing, like, just big performances, loads and loads of energy. Like if you're not getting that out of Robbo, then what are you getting? Like, what are you getting? Because you haven't got game intelligence, so you ain't got a guy who's going to be brilliant at positioning, brilliant at like track and runners, and the intelligence to stay in the right position all the time. Because that's not Robbo's game. That's never been his game. Like. So what are you getting out of Robbo? Okay, you're getting a guy that's going to play centre-back when he's not a centre-back naturally, and he's not going to be able to provide the assist. I mean, his corners, they're not even getting past the first man now. Like Simmies are landing on everybody's head. Like,
yeah,
really dangerous corners.
Simi's got a better cross from set pieces. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Robbo's always better when he's full pace and then crosses it. He always has been. The thing that, as you said with Robbo, he's a good defender. He always has been. And going forward was all about his pace and his energy. Now, I remember Mourinho, what is that quote Mourinho said once? Watching Robbo, he's doing 100 metres running all match, and I was tired watching him. So I don't know, a left back. How can you do that? Robbo's done that for 7 years almost,
non-stop,
and he's 30 now. And
his only break
body, man.
was when he did his shoulder in. That's the only time he's been out.
Yeah, and he ain't been right since. And you know, they're playing for Scotland now because Scotland are getting into international tournaments now. So he's playing as captain for Scotland. So he plays.
He plays like a left winger for Scotland as well.
Yeah, I just think it's taken his toll now. And he's, you know, I don't think there's a lot wrong with his game. It's just that fact that Saka went past him the other day, last week, so easy. 2 years ago, that don't happen.
No. Two years ago, Robbo just cleans him out.
Like, yeah, it don't happen. And now he got turned inside out, and people are just running past Robbo now. And there's one thing, he don't look it, but Robbo was quick.
Yeah, he was.
Robbo was he was fast, man. He used to keep up with Mane. People forget this. He was running with Mane every week on that left-hand side. He was quick. And, yeah, he's not slow now by any means, don't get me wrong, but no, what Saka did to him last week would never have happened a couple of years ago, man.
I mean, the thing about it as well is, like, I'm surprised Slot put him in against Saka. Like, Madueke turned him inside out as well in that game. It's just Madueke didn't have end product. And he was also on Virgil's side. So a lot of it just got shut down by him. And this is what I've said as well, like Virgil isn't the guy that's going to bail Robbo out. Like Canate bails Trent out. That's just not how it works with Virgil. Like, he's never done it, and he's not going to start doing it now. So
I don't think Virgil's ever played like that for Liverpool, where he bailed Rob. Yeah, because he didn't need to, because Robbo was...
No, he didn't need to.
We forget how good Robbo was. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's a legend, Robbo. He's an absolute legend.
Robbo's one of Liverpool's greatest ever left backs.
I think there's only one guy that I would say is probably better than Robbo for Liverpool, and that's probably Emlyn Hughes.
Alan,
because he's won more, and he's got more longevity than him.
Alan Kennedy.
There's not many more, mate. There's really not that many more I can think of.
No, he's one of the best.
John Arne has got nothing on him. Like,
yeah, the only thing Reese had was goals, man. He could hit a ball. There's no doubt about that. But as a left back, Robbo was quality, man.
I just don't want to see a guy like. I don't want to see us be calling him out like we did with Hendo and Fabinho, and just going like, these two need to go, like, they're useless. Like, I just don't want that to happen. I want him to, like, you know, we just sell him, like, you know, let him have a good couple of years. His contract runs out next year. His contract runs out next year. Like,
well, we've always said it. I doubt Robbo will ever get a new contract.
Nah,
he'd be allowed to leave for free. And he'd be one of them. David Burrows. Do you remember David Burrows, who's blonde, gingery hair that went back like that? Robbo will be one of them players we let leave on a free, and we celebrate him, and he gets the goodbye at Anfield and all that sort of stuff.
And the plaque.
I just don't see us giving Robbo a new deal. I really don't. And look, Tsimikas at the moment is probably first choice left back for me in the big games now. But he's still not the answer either. No, Tsimikas is still not the answer either, is it? So I'm Slot right now at my team. I'm looking at, I need a new left back and I need a new midfielder for rotation, because he hasn't got that joy in rotation right now, has he? In that midfield area.
So I'm sat there going, okay, I need to sign Lukebe from Leipzig, and I need to sign Tchouameni.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be
And that'd be me happy, and that'll be the league.
It goes to that list, and like Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes come up to you and go, "So, Arne, what are you thinking about here?" Well, got this little list for you. You go and read that and ask the bosses if we can, you know, if that's manageable. Yeah, I know what the answer's going to be.
Big up Mike Diaz, by the way. Big up
Mike. LA. Where's LA Mike? Is he in the chat?
He's in the chat. Big up.
Yeah.
We just talked about the 4-2-4, mate.
Yeah, but he changed it, Mike, and we won 2-1. That's all that matters, my friend. That's all that matters. You know. if managers can change tactics halfway through a game, it means a lot. Look what Pep Guardiola's done for most of his Man City career. Sometimes it don't work what you start with. You get a bit battered, and then you change it, and you go again, and it worked out. But yeah, the 4-2-4. I can understand why I did it, Mike. I don't know if you was here earlier. I can understand why I played 4-2-4. Tried to overload Brighton at home, and he thought he was going to have all the possession. But when you don't have the possession, and Brighton didn't play that high line as much as they usually do, then you're fucked.
I'll tell you what as well. I'll tell you what, Mike's just put in there, Trent inverted and Brighton stopped pressing. I also think that Dominic Szoboszlai taking out their best player in the game and sending him off injured also helped.
Yeah, it helped what Slot did at half time. He told Slot we're going to go back to 4-2-3-1. You know, and we got to get one of the midfielders to invade the final third a little bit more. When that happens, Trent will come in and invert. And then bringing Diaz and Curtis Jones on. Diaz gaining that number 10. Curtis gaining that double pivot. Then we had more balance into our team.
Yeah.
Trent inverting. Yeah, we got more control of the game and we won that. We won the game. You know, getting 2 goals in 1 minute means we was on the front foot, pushing forward, and and we got our just desserts at the end of the day. But I appreciate a manager who changes things. You know what I mean? And just, you know, I look at Pep Guardiola against, you know, not changing enough in recent games when things are going wrong. Pep Guardiola's turning into Klopp for me. Turning into Klopp, man. He's trusting his players too much.
Really interesting that, because I've started to get a sense of that as well.
And they're letting him down, man.
Like I felt last year he was going a bit like that, but they still managed to nick it. Like they still managed to have their big players turn up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. You know, trusting Kyle Walker too much still. Like you really trusting Kyle Walker still playing that guy?
Yeah, I
know. Like, really?
I'm just going to put it out there. But look, what I might
watch what Kirkes did to Kyle Walker.
Yeah, now there's the left. Look, I personally think the left back we're going to get is the one from Benfica. Personally.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think
the ex-Man United. United.
I think we have scattered him thoroughly. I know there's been a lot of reports now that Liverpool have been at Benfica quite a lot this season to watch him. And he fits the profile. He really does fit the profile. With Szoboszlai, I'm hearing rivals now say things like he's the signing of the season. You know, he's better than what we thought. You know, like has Slot impressed you, K-Mac? Because he's impressed me. He's impressing rivals. Everyone in the chat, I want to know what you guys think in the chat about Arne Slot. We're 10 Premier League games in. I think now is a good chart. You know, we're in November. I think we can look at it now. We've played a lot of teams. We can judge how we are, how we're playing. You know, you can tell now, I think, how good a manager is. What do you guys in the chat think of Arne Slot? Is there negatives about Arne Slot? Of course there is. As a brand new manager. You know, not everything's perfect. But what are the things you like about Arne Slot so far?
Is it me?
Yeah, some pinpoint, like little pointers. What you like?
Yeah. So the first thing that I really liked about him was he didn't make a fuss. Like he didn't make a fuss, and he was very respectful to the manager that was leaving. Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch because it's a huge void to fill, Jurgen. Like if it's not just personality, then it's everything else that he brings with it. Like the guy got the keys to the city. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's going to get a statue. Like, you know, that's the kind of guy you're coming in to take over from. And I also feel that like he went about it the right way by contacting players individually and letting them know more about them. And then he also, came early. Like he came to the club earlier, like a couple of weeks beforehand, before he got announced. So he was already in and around, like doing his due diligence and probably meeting everybody, probably doing what Jurgen did when he found everybody's name, that kind of stuff. And then also the fact that like he put up with the media, like, and he dealt with the media so well, because that could have ended up really badly. Like you've seen so many managers come in and already piss the media off early, or give the media something to use against him, like as soon as you come to the club. Like, what was it? What was this? I think it was Ten Hag that started spouting crap when he turned up, and they all got on his back straight away. Like he just didn't do that, and and also the fact that he didn't try and change everything straight away. Like he kept the same kind of style that Jurgen was doing. He didn't really change the setup, and he also didn't want to like get rid of loads of players, like especially big players, even though maybe a couple of them were probably sat there thinking, well, Nunez, Robbo, there's a couple that maybe we could have moved on. And I just think that's great as well. And then just the fact that he's just so calm about shit, like, you know what I mean? He's just so calm about it, and he can be quite brutal. Like what he did to Kwanzaa, like there's not a lot of managers that would have done that in their first game.
Well, that Kwanzaa thing, because I agree with everything you said. I think Slott's been brilliant.
And I'm not going into the tactics and all of that stuff. There's no point talking about that. I'm just talking about the man and what he did.
Yeah. We can talk tactics for hours and hours. I mean,
yeah.
But the only thing I like, the one thing I do like his substitution is usually quite positive. I like his outgoing nature. I like how truthful he is with the fans. And that one thing, the biggest praise I can give Arne Slot right now is that I don't think anyone misses Jurgen Klopp. And I think that's probably the biggest praise you can give the man right now. Because I know rivals are now saying, like, oh, no one thought Liverpool would drop and all that. They're all saying that now because they know what they said before. Like, all right, you lot are finished now. Klopp's gone. You lot are dead. You got to fall from grace. Who's this Arne Slot guy? You're replacing Jurgen Klopp with Arne Slot. And everyone's like, oh, Arne Slot's a sign in the summer and Liverpool the best team in the league right now. He's come in and, yeah, you can say he's taken over in a great side. Of course he has, yeah. But
and he said that, and he's also said that.
But he's kept it going.
Yeah.
He could have come in straight away, ripped the roll back up, said, right, I know this is what you did under Jurgen, but I'm here now. I'm your manager. This is what we're going to do. That's
what a lot of managers do. That's what a lot of managers do.
Exactly. And if you don't like C, then you're out the door.
Yeah.
If you're with me, you're with me. If you're not with me, you can leave now, right? And that's how new managers usually go about it, no matter the squad they inherited. But he's basically gone, you know what? This is what I want. I'm going to be truthful with the players. He's truthful with the players. If you hear the stories coming out, especially from Trent right now, he basically says all the players love him already. So, and you can tell that the players are working for him. I'm seeing Salah working as a fullback at times to help Trent out.
And the manager also says Trent.
Yeah,
Trent, you might have. I know.
You might have a job to do.
And I love that needle. I love that needle.
Yeah, and it's nice. And he's getting world-class players in a job. These players probably didn't know who Arne Slot was. He came from Feyenoord. No. He's replacing Jurgen. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
And he's got them listening to him. He's got world-class players doing jobs that they might not feel like. Do you know how difficult that is coming to a club? You've got big guys there, big players with big personalities, egos.
They've won everything. They've won everything.
Going, you're Arne Slot. You're not this big, manager that's got all these accolades and all this sort of stuff. And you're sitting there and going, right, I want Trent. I don't want you getting forward no more. I want you to be a defensive right back. And he said, we're going to change your game. And he listens. Salah, Mo, I want you doing this, and this now, but I need you to help out in the fullback area defensively. And he listens. He got Gravenberch doing this game, playing the way he's doing. He's got him listening. He's got McAllister doing. He's got all these big players with big personalities and egos listening to him straight away. Do you know how difficult that is? You know, we've seen it already. Look at managers come and go all the time, and you know, they can't get play. Look, Mourinho couldn't get players at Man United working, and that's Mourinho.
Mm-hmm.
And Slott's come in and done this and that, and it's only his first 4 months. For me, I think there's a bright future. I think there's an extremely bright future with Arne Slot. Think what he's doing right now, guys. This is not his team yet. It's not actually his team yet.
I know.
We're not even Arne Slot has said it. We're not playing slot ball yet.
Someone wrote in the chat, Sexy Saturn, if Slot is learning, number 20 is on its way.
There you go.
And I don't disagree with that one bit. Like, and the thing about it as well is, and this is the bit that I've said quite a lot. Like, I don't think people understand how difficult the situation is that he came into. Like, seriously,
it's a
like
big
he's coming to one of the biggest Premier League clubs in history. Yeah. And he's not coming from another club which is steeped in history and won everything. Like, that leap from Feyenoord to Liverpool is gigantic. It's absolutely monumental, that leap. And to come into a club where everybody's gone, your medical staff, your coaches, like your director of football, like everybody's gone, like, and you are literally starting from scratch, like, and you're scrambling together your own team, like, and he's lucky to get a couple of people from his old club, but the leap they've got as well, the jump they've made from Feyenoord to Liverpool is even bigger than what he's done. So I just don't think people understand how big that is, and for him to come in and not have his whole first team for pre-season. He didn't have his first team for pre-season.
No, it's a lot.
Remember our pre-season?
South America and that.
It was all the kids. It was all the reserves, all the kids. Half of them got sold.
Yeah, and what
That's
else?
Mad.
What else? I said, look, I think he's a little bit ruthless as well.
Oh yeah,
I think he's a little bit ruthless as well. Look, you know, them youngsters who did well for us last season, it's like, yeah, you're not good enough for me. Off you go. You know, Stefan Bajcetic. I don't think Stefan Bajcetic, if Klopp was in charge, would have got loaned out. I don't think Stefan would have got loaned out.
No, Stefan probably would have been our.
I don't think Stefan would have got loaned out. Slot looked at him and went, "You're not for me, kid." Got loaned out. You know, it's. And with the way Kwanzaa's get look, I saw obviously in the League Cup game against Brighton, Kwanzaa got subbed off, after the mistake, right? And people on Twitter, you know, not the average person, but I think people that have got big accounts and people that are linked to people like Redmen TV and stuff like that, basically said in Twitter, I think that might have been a bit harsh from Slot, bringing Kwanzaa off at that time.
Mate, the guy was going to shank one in the top corner as an own goal.
And I was like,
his head was gone.
And
his head was gone.
And I think what people are still not getting is that we're not in the Klopp era no more. We're not in that era anymore. We're in a different era now. And Slot is not Jurgen, you know, Slot might talk to Kwanzaa behind the scenes. Him and Kwanzaa might have a great relationship. No one knows. They might have a great relationship. And behind the scenes, he's coaching Kwanzaa, telling him he's a young kid. Don't worry about things. I've got to protect you. That's why I'm taking you off. It's not like I think you're crap or anything. I'm just protecting you. I don't want you out there right now. And but because he's not telling us that the camera, people just assume that he's treating Kwanzaa like shit. But every time I listen to Kwanzaa in an interview lately, he talks about Slot like he's the greatest thing ever.
I know, they all do.
And he's teaching him this and he's teaching him that. So I just think because he's not doing things, I'm not saying Klopp did things for the camera. Klopp's personality was just bigger in everything. It was bigger in the club at times. His personality was just so infectious and huge.
Yeah.
He just did things in front of everyone because of his nature and the way he is. But Slot ain't going to do that. And because Slot's not doing that, people just think he's got a problem with Kwanzaa and all that, and he's doing the wrong thing by the kid and stuff like that. But by the sounds of it, it's not the case. It's just not the case. And if Kwanzaa is happy and not moaning, then why should other people worry about it?
Well, look, I said this to you. I said this to you on. I think I said it last year as well. I was like, Kwanzaa and Bradley should not be playing for Liverpool as the first team players because they're still young. Like they're still going to make mistakes, and they have to make mistakes to learn from them.
Yeah.
And Kwanzaa understands that, and Bradley understands that. Like they're still only 21 years old, both of them. Like they are not Premier League starting players for every game. They're just not. Like, and if you think you're going to be able to win leagues by playing 21-year-olds as your centre back and your right back, then you're just not. Okay, it's just not going to happen because they're going to make mistakes, and we've seen it this season with Bradley, and we've seen it with this season with Kwanzaa. And the thing with Kwanzaa as well, I didn't think Kwanzaa had a bad game. By the way, like he gave away that ball. The
deflection wasn't his fault.
The deflection wasn't his fault.
It's almost a great block.
It was Robbo's header. It was Robbo's header that actually caused that.
It was almost a great block.
It was almost a great block.
He did the right thing. He's trying to throw his body in front of it.
He did the right thing. It just bounced off him and
because he took him off after that happened. Everyone's like, "All right."
But it was
that's a bad look.
You can imagine how Kwanzaa felt though, because he gave away the ball for their goal, and then the second goal deflected off him, and it was now 3-2. And Kwanzaa must have been like, my head's everywhere. Like we're gonna draw this now. It's going to go to penalties, and I'm going to end up doing something daft. So he just went, get you off, get Konate on, and then Konate just mowed someone down in the middle of the park because he came in, and the game was finished. Like
it's just a way to do it, man.
It's a way to do it.
Kwanzaa signed a new deal recently. Yes, exactly, and people make too much of a big thing out of stuff, and I understand why.
Needs to sign a new deal, by the way. Like the guy's on pennies. The guy's on so little money, like for what he does in that team.
I understand why people get worried about certain things because we were with a manager who was just at an elite level. The personality was infectious. Everyone loved him. You couldn't help but love the guy, and so we all understand it. But we don't live in that era no more. Things have changed. Slot's not him. You know, I've seen people talk so much shit. Oh, Slot should do more to ignite himself with the Anfield crowd. What, just win games of football? I'm sure they'll get over it that he ain't fist pumping. You know, what do you want him to do?
Absolutely fine with that, mate.
You know,
just win games.
It's just, you know, like some people are blaming Slot for the quietness of Anfield. Now, I've heard Carragher talk about it. Well, Slot's football is not as heavy metal and gung-ho as Klopp's football, so the fans were more up for it and all that atmosphere with the game, it all worked together, and Slot's not like that. He's more calmer. So it's like you're blaming Slot for being a calm person that the crowd's quiet. It's like, what, are you listening to yourself, Carragher, at times? I really do. Do you listen to yourself?
I'm just...
The crowd love him. They sing his song every game.
Yeah,
the crowd loves Slot.
Carragher can do one now, mate. Like I'm you know what I'm fed up of? You know what I'm really fed up of? I'm not going to do a rant on it, by the way. I'm really fed up of bitter ex-Liverpool players not supporting the team. Like I used to think Graham Souness was like one of the best pundits like around, and now he's just a bitter old man. Like they don't seem to have any respect for what they've achieved at Liverpool and the fact that it was Liverpool that helped them achieve it. And now they're all bitter and old and whinging about Liverpool all the time and saying nasty stuff. Like, just F off the lot of you, honestly.
I'm going
to get your contracts with Sky. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm going to get
Daniel Sturridge. Even some of the shit Daniel Sturridge just said recently. Like, I'm like, seriously, mate?
No, I agree. Right, big up, man. Is it me or Is it me or we have to improve the midfield setup against teams that can play for a press like Chelsea and Arsenal now, Brighton all over them running the midfield? Yeah, I think I agree. I think Klopp got the tactics wrong for them games in first halves. He went more 4-2-4, got over flooded. If you look at the Arsenal game, we got over flooded in midfield, so Arsenal could push higher up the pitch. They basically had a 4-against-2 in our midfield, so they had controlled the game. Brighton the same, Chelsea the same. So, yeah, when we go back to basically 4-2-3-1 in games, we regain control. You know, the best games we played this season, we start with 4-2-3-1, we end with 4-2-3-1. That's the best we've played in them games because we had controlled games more. So I think Klopp was just seeing things where I might be able to get, because he thought Arsenal might be a little bit depleted with Partey playing at right back and stuff like that. He probably felt like he could overflow the wide areas and gain some advantage there, but it didn't work. The same with Brighton at home. He thought he'd have the possession, but he didn't. So he had to revert to things. So
the thing is with those two games as well is we went behind early. And that's your game plan out the window. But what I will say, though, is, and this is something that maybe isn't talked about as much, and it should be, we had more possession at Brighton's ground. Nobody does that. And we had more possession at Arsenal's ground. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
So you're talking about two teams that the majority of their game is based on high possession, and they outplay loads of teams through intricate passing in the middle of the park, and they just outpass the teams. Like Arsenal do it all the time, and Brighton do it all the time. With Chelsea at Anfield, that was just a genius bit of play where he knew that if we let them have the ball, we can get at them because their defence ain't that great, to be fair.
It's what Man United did today.
And that's what Man United did, and that's what we did to them. But obviously, we had Curtis Jones having a screamer of a game.
Yeah, the only thing with the Chelsea game, like I know Slot has said that he wanted the team to have more possession than they actually did. And that's correct. He wanted it being more of like a 50-50 game where we sat like a little bit more, but when we had possession of the ball, we used it better. I think that's the one thing Slot's getting a bit peed off with, is that when we got possession of the ball, we're not using it well enough at the moment. Yeah. We're still a transitional side. Look, as much as I love the way Slot can play and stuff at this moment in time, we are still best when we play in transition. You know, we don't really score build-up goals. Our goals still come from transitional phases of play. That's the way we play right now. And the reason we play like that right now is because Slot ain't bought anyone yet.
The guy's bought injured.
Yeah, he ain't bought anyone yet to play his way. So at this moment in time, he's still got Jurgen Klopp's players. So he's trying to figure out his way through. So, yeah, we still play in a certain kind of way. We play with a little bit more control right now, defensively as well. We're better set up defensively.
And I will also say as well that he's got some of Jurgen Klopp's players that we didn't think were good, and he's getting a tune out of them, like Diaz and Gravenberch. They're two players that Jurgen signed that I just thought, oh God, how many times we had conversations about them and the fans as well. It's not just me and you.
Yeah,
and he's getting a tune out of them. Like Gravenberch has been probably the best midfielder in the Premier League.
He has been this season.
Actually, can I give you some numbers on Gravenberch? Because I was looking at this recently.
Go for it.
Okay, so these are mad, by the way. So retention rate for Gravenberch is 89% retention rate.
Mm-hmm.
Aerial duel success, 67%.
That's pretty dang good.
Ground duel success, 61%.
That's good as well.
These numbers are pretty mental. Accurate passes into the final third is every game is 7.7. And interceptions made in most games is 2 in most games. Those numbers, mate. He is all action, all over the park. He's basically the heartbeat of Liverpool, right now. And the last couple of games where maybe you haven't seen him be as influential in the in the final third or getting us to the final third is because he's just been double teamed. Like they've just sat 2 players on him constantly.
Yeah.
And we need to figure that out. Like we need to figure out how to get him freer in games so we can progress forward more.
Yeah, I think Slot just needs to pack the 4-2-4 in.
McAllister
4-2-3-1.
isn't helping him.
I think if you play Curtis alongside,
I think so.
Grav, I think that'll help him a little bit more because what Curtis is very good at doing is he does drift out to wide areas as well, makes the pitch bigger. And he also presses. And if he starts to press in that midfield area and pushes the team back, Gravenberch will have more room then. So, yeah, I think that's something we've got to be looking at. McAllister definitely needs a little bit of a break. I would definitely bring in him. Look, we've got Bayer Leverkusen. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. But
Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
We've got Bayer Leverkusen on Tuesday, 8 o'clock kickoff, yeah. I don't think they've started the season too well under Alonso this season. It's a game, I think, look, if we beat Bayer Leverkusen, you need 15 points. I think that they said minimum is 15 points to qualify for the next stage of Champions League, yeah? Finishing in this top 8 position. So you can finish 8th with 15 points, you'll pretty much go through. If Liverpool beat Bayer Leverkusen, Liverpool will be on 12 points.
4-4.
With 4 games to go, yeah? With 4 games to go. The Real Madrid game all of a sudden becomes a game that it don't really matter so much.
No, you could get a draw out of that.
You can get a draw out of it.
Which is weird, but yeah.
And then I think we got Lyon after that, is it?
Lille.
We've got Lille.
Who beat Real Madrid.
Yeah, and I fancy myself against Lille. I know it's away from home, but I think Slot would fancy himself beating Lille, qualifying for the next stage with 2 games to spare.
I actually feel, I know this is a bit of a wild one. I actually feel Lille could actually be our hardest game. Could be.
Like, the Real Madrid game, I look forward to it. It's probably the best time to get Real Madrid right now.
Is Lille at home or is it away? I thought it was away. It's away.
It's away,
I think that's
Lille at home. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look. You might be right.
I think that's away.
Let's have a look at our Champions League. Let me have a look.
I thought the Leipzig game was going to be really, really difficult, by the way.
Yeah, we got through that well.
Yeah, because they're flying. They're second in the league behind Bayern Munich.
So
it's at home.
Oh, no. Yeah, we got Girona. Yeah, we got Girona after the Madrid game. It's Girona.
Okay, so yeah, the hardest game is
we're away to Girona.
The hardest game is Real Madrid then.
So even if we lost to Real Madrid, if we beat Girona the next game with 2 games to spare, we're pretty much through.
Think about Real Madrid. The thing about Real Madrid is their defense is awful at the moment. Like,
yeah, they're a bit all over
that right back. It's not even a right back really. He's a right winger that's being put on as a right back. Like I don't know. Like I think if we could get a result against them, I think we kind of push them out of the automatic spots, and they might be challenging to even. They might even have to go to like playoffs to get into the next round because they've not been good.
Yeah, I mean,
Leverkusen's a hard one for me. I just think it's a hard one. I just do. Like,
so
I think that's the one. I think that's the one we could afford to have a draw at. You know.
So McAllister, I believe, is a booking away from a suspension, in both Europe and in the Premier League. Apparently,
that's because he's getting involved in daft tackles all the time, mate.
So we have got Aston Villa at our next Premier League game at home, and then away to Southampton. Now,
get a booking. Just get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. Get the ban out of the way, and then you got another 5.
because then we got Real Madrid and Man City. Yeah, we got Man City and then Newcastle. Do you go to McAllister, play against Villa, get your yellow card, rest against Southampton, international break, then you're back for Real Madrid, back for Man City.
I think that's something you do. Just take your shirt off for no reason, McAllister.
Yeah, that give him a little bit of a.
When we score, and even if you don't score it, just take your shirt off.
Yeah, just take your tactical booking, man. Take your tactical booking, because I think we can afford to not have McAllister play against Southampton, but we want McAllister to be playing against Man City. So if I'm slot on Saturday, I have a little chat with McAllister and go, if he does start or come on as a sub, if he comes on as a sub when he's sitting there on the halfway line, ready to come on, just go to him, look, remember, your yellow card are away from a suspension. Get your yellow card.
Go and kill Ollie Watkins.
Southampton.
Go and kill Ollie Watkins.
And then be fit, yeah. Mourinho tactics, exactly. That's all.
Actually, if I want him to do anything, go and take out Villa's goalkeeper.
Yes,
because he deserves it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he plays in the same team.
Yeah,
He's Argentinian.
He's Argentinian. You imagine he destroyed his own international team, mate. That'd be hilarious. But look, we have got Villa.
I forgot he was Argentinian. So
we have got Aston Villa. Obviously, we've got the Leverkusen game, which I'll get to in a minute. But we have got Aston Villa on Saturday. It's an evening kickoff. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff, special time.
I'll tell you what, as well. We couldn't have had a better result with Aston Villa. They just lost, and they've lost 2 games in a row now, and they got loads of injuries.
They're defensively
of injuries in that game.
They're defensively not the best either.
No,
I don't think. I mean, they've conceded a lot of goals already this season.
So Matty Cash went off injured. Morgan Rogers looked like he was injured. I think there was someone else that got smashed. There was loads of players that got smashed in that game. It got a bit violent, which was funny.
Yeah.
And they lost 4-1.
Yeah, it's they concede a lot of goals, Aston Villa.
I hope so. I hope so, mate. Sorry.
Let me just get to the table a minute. I just want to have a look at Aston Villa So Villa sits 6th in the Premier League right now. Villa have conceded 15 goals. 15 goals already this season. They conceded 61 last season. They do play a very high line. So I've got Leverkusen on. What's the setup? What do you think? What should we do in these 2 games? Because these 2 are 2 very big games before the international break. Arne Slot will want to be top of the Premier League when we go on the international break, and let everyone think about it. Let everyone think about it. Because if we beat Aston Villa, this hard run that Liverpool have gone on, they've beaten everyone apart from Arsenal, where they got drew against. And if Liverpool is sitting at the top of the Premier League,
and our fans are kicking off that we didn't, and our fans are kicking off that we didn't beat Arsenal.
Yeah, and if we are top of the league at the international break after this hard run, remember, Liverpool are the only team in Premier League.
We haven't played anyone yet.
Haven't played it. Liverpool might be the only team in Premier League history that win the Premier League title without playing anyone. It might actually happen. What does Arne Slot do here? 2 massive games back to back in one this week. It's going to be exciting. So what does he do?
So the Leverkusen one, for me, we have to go for that because that's 12 points, and that's pretty much us qualified, if you're asking me. Because the other games, we got a couple of easy games after that. So that's a really interesting one because I think we're level on points with Villa in the Champions League, by the way, but they've got a Europa League draw for some reason. So I'd like us to be top of the Champions League because I think that really matters. And the fact that we've had a really ridiculous draw, loads and loads of really hard teams, and we've come through it quite well. I want us to win that game. And the Villa game, I don't know. I think Emery's a bit. I think he's a bit rattled at the moment. Like that Tottenham game is going to rattle him, and he's had a couple of injuries. And I think we could get something off Villa. I really do at home. I don't think Villa travel that well to Anfield. I think we could do them. We always seem to beat them at their grounds. I can't remember the last time Villa beat us at Anfield or even got a point. So I think we'll beat them at Anfield. Could he ask them to go again? Both of them, both those games, full strength, both those games.
I mean, it isn't national break after, so he might do.
That's what it could be. Look, guys. Just give us these two, and then you've got the international break where you can't rest either. But
because they're both at home, so we've got no travelling.
Both at home.
So there's no travelling this week. So the boys are basically at home, no travel. And remember, slot before a match game, for a match day, prefers them staying at their own home instead of the team hotel.
I think that's really good, by the way.
Instead of the team hotel. So usually, even though you're playing at home, players meet up and go to the team hotel the night before a game and stay together, where slot rather than stay at home. So they're going to be at home all week, training all week, and 2 games at home. No travel at all. So there's less tiredness on their legs, no flying about, driving around. Everything's at home for a whole week. So to just go full strength both games and go, let's just get this done. Get into the international break, 4 wins out of 4 in the Champions League, and top of the Premier League by the time we go in the national break in November. Would anyone have thought that, by the way? Look, honestly, guys, would anyone have thought by the November international break, the last international break of 2024, would anyone have thought Liverpool would be top of the Premier League and won 4 out of 4 in the Champions League?
And also through to the quarterfinals in the Carabao
League Cup under Arne Slot. I mean, that is a heck of a start.
I mean, he's got the best start in Liverpool history, by the way. Exactly. He's got the best start in Liverpool history.
Yeah,
I've just seen it's incredible. I mean, we have started conceding goals. That is a bit of an issue, but conceding goals from Brighton and Chelsea and Arsenal, really, they're really good teams. All 3 of them are playing really well this season as well.
And Villa are away for both their games this week.
Yeah, they are.
That's a lot on your legs, man. And Villa, they're going well in Europe. They'll want to win 4 out of 4 as well. They'll want to keep going. So, they're not going. They want to keep going. Then they're away to Liverpool, and they play the day. So they got one less game today to prepare because I think we play Tuesday. They play Wednesday. So and then I think they got to travel as well.
They've got Club Bruges. It's only in Belgium.
Yeah, but you have to go. You go the night before. You play the game. You come back the night after. Then you probably train on Thursday, where Liverpool ain't got move.
Club Bruges on Wednesday. Yeah, we've got Leverkusen at home. Leverkusen just drew as well, 0-0. Their last game.
Yeah, I think Slot just goes for it in both games.
I think so too.
I really do. I think he just looks at it and go, you know what? Let's do this. He might rotate for Leverkusen. I can see a Curtis Jones starting against Leverkusen.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
I can see that happening and go strong against Villa. Look, Villa's last 5 away games in the Premier League. Yeah, this is their results in their last 5 Premier League games. They drew 2-2 with Ipswich away. They drew 0-0 away to Man United.
Ipswich could have beat them, by the way.
Yeah,
I watched that game.
Hang on, their last away. So their last wins were their last. So they drew 2-2 with Ipswich. They drew 0-0 with Man United. Hang on. So this is their last 5 games. They drew 2-2 with Ipswich. They drew 0-0 with Man United. They beat Fulham away 3-1. They drew 1-1 with Bournemouth, and they just lost 4-1 to Tottenham away. And their last 5 games, Villa have been on the bit of they started the season really well. That's why they're up there in the league. But their last 5 games, they've really plateaued a lot.
And they got knocked out of the cup by Palace.
Yeah.
So they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Crystal Palace as well.
Yeah. So they're sort of plateauing a little bit. We have to beat Villa at home.
We have to beat Villa at home.
If we want to be serious, we've got to beat Villa at home. If we beat Villa at home, guys, look, if I go through our fixtures a minute.
What's that, 20, 25, 26?
Our hard run.
28 points. Out of 32, is that right?
Yeah.
28 points out of 32.
Well, our hard run, we beat Chelsea, we beat Leipzig, we drew away to Arsenal, We beat Brighton double header home and away. We got Leverkusen next, and then Aston Villa. Then we got Southampton away after the international break.
Man City.
Then we got Real Madrid, Man City. Then we got Newcastle.
It doesn't get any easier.
Verona, Fulham. We got a little break around December time. You know, we're away to Newcastle, away to Everton, away to Girona, home to Fulham, Southampton in the League Cup quarters, Tottenham, Leicester, West Ham. You know, December's actually quite all right.
It is. We normally get a horrible December.
Yeah,
I don't think we have. And also January's not too bad either.
Yeah, if we beat Villa, it'd be 28 points out of 33.
Wow.
That's not just luck. And I know people keep saying we haven't played anyone. And before I get into my rant, this is another thing I want to, you know, I'll big up Bajan for the super early as well.
Are you gonna call out the top 10 teams? Because we played 8 of them.
Yeah, I was just about to say
it's mad. I know we haven't played anyone.
Also, I think people in the chat are also talking about Darwin Nunez, and I will say this about Darwin, and I said it on Drifty Show earlier today. For me, when Jota comes back, Darwin stays as number 9. Right now, Darwin's playing really well. Are we feeding Darwin to score goals? No, we're not. I can't put that on Darwin that he ain't scoring goals, because I don't think we're actually giving the opportunities to score goals, because it's the way we play it right now. But Slott's got him doing something at the moment that I didn't think Darwin could do. Darwin's linking the play better under Arne Slot. He really is. He's playing deeper. He's told Darwin now, don't run off the shoulder anymore. You're shit at it, right? So he's told him to stop. Darwin's not offside no more because he's playing deeper. It looks, I don't know about you, K-Mac, but it actually looks like Darwin's being coached now.
Yeah, he's being coached.
And we're not feeding him. So I can't blame him for not scoring goals, because I don't think he's had any opportunities to really have a clear-cut goal. Look, if he scored that goal the other day when he went on that run,
he created everything himself.
Yeah.
That would have been a serious
goal.
That
run, I mean...
Yeah. He made it. He made the whole thing himself. Like, he caught it.
Yeah.
He dribbled it in the air. Like, he took it down in the air, went past the player, went on the goalkeeper. It was a brilliant save.
Yeah, I think Darwin right now just has to keep the number 9 position, because he's got things as well in his locker. You know, that pace he's got. Jota ain't got that pace. Do you know, that pace is unreal. You know, I think we forget how quick Darwin actually is. He's lightning. Now, pace is a commodity all in its own. He's playing deeper. He's linking the play. He's running the channels. He works his arse off. All it's missing at the moment is goals. He ain't scoring them, but he ain't really getting fed the opportunities to score as much as he possibly can. So he's not missing chances. So, yeah, I think he's doing a job right now. I don't know about you.
Hang on a minute, chat. I haven't said anything about Nunez yet. I just talked about that chance that he created. I haven't had a chance to say anything yet, so don't be saying that.
I just think right now, Darwin, I don't think Jota did enough to go, Darwin, you're back. You're out of the team now when I come back.
I think Jota comes straight back in and we carry on. We get more chances. Like, I'm sorry, mate, but I think Jota is more of a team player and a structure. Like, I think Nunez, he's working hard. He's trying hard. He's doing as much as he can. But, mate, you've got Gakpo creating chances. You've got Diaz creating chances. You've got Salah creating chances. Like, they create chances on their own. Like Nunez has created one. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about it, mate. You know how I feel. I think he's absolutely garbage. I really do. Like, I'd be more than happy for us to get rid of him and get someone else.
That's fair enough.
Look, man. He was trying so hard in one game that he basically went 2-footed on a guy when he was on a yellow card.
Yeah.
Like, just to try and hack him down because he just wanted to get involved in the game, and he could have been sent off. We could have been on 10 men. We might have lost that game, and he would have been banned, and we all would have been like, "Oh my god!" It was that close.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah,
dumb stuff. Like, but that's fine. Like, he's trying hard, he's working hard. Like, it was a great assist for Salah. Like, no doubt, it was a great assist for Salah. Okay, and he tried his hardest to score a goal, but the cross went in, and then he stole one off Salah in Germany. But it's all good. It's all good. We're winning, and we're playing. Look, I'm not going to say any more about Nunez. Okay.
No, I hear it.
For me, Jota plays, and we create more, and we probably score more.
That's fair enough. I mean, I just feel like Jota don't deserve to come back in at this moment in time because he was playing shit before he got. That's my only thing. I don't think Darwin and Jota, both of them together right now, can both of them put a hand up and say, "I've got this position sewn down." If that makes sense.
I think Jota's got 4 goals in 8 games and 2 assists, or 3 assists. I don't think Jota's been shit. Right?
I don't think he's been great.
I just like. Would you play Jota as a 10?
I would. I'd play Jota behind Darwin. I think that works.
Why not try that? Like,
I think that works. I think that works perfect.
Yeah,
playing them two together. The only problem is when you play them two together, you ain't really got anyone off the bench to bring on.
Yeah, that's the
impact.
Thing.
So
that's the thing.
I would. I think them two.
It'd be good if we had the striker that we signed. You could come off the bench.
Yeah, like if Chiesa was available.
What's happened with him though, mate? Because he played,
I don't know.
And he's not injured. But he's not injured. Well,
he's not injured. He didn't have a pre-season. This is what Stott has basically said. Because at Italy, he got frozen out by thingy, didn't he? So he never had a pre-season at Juventus. And then Liverpool bought him after pre-season. So he had 0 pre-season. And basically sort of saying the intensity that we train and play at, he can't complete a training session yet because he hasn't got the fitness or strength. So I think they're making him do like more gym work. When we see Chiesa again, he's going to be 4 kilos heavier in muscle. I'm telling you, he's going to look like a different person. So basically, I think Slot will put him back in the matchday squad when he completes more training sessions.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, he can't complete training sessions. So I don't think he's going to be far away. Slot don't seem bothered. I think even Slot said we didn't buy him for 1 season. We bought him for multiple seasons. So let's just get him up to scratch. And once he's up to scratch, we go. But even he said in the I believe Slot said in his press conferences when they were talking about what would you do against Brighton in the League Cup because you haven't really got another number 9 because Jota's injured. And he basically said, well, if Chiesa was available, I'd play him in 9. So...
Yeah,
he said himself. So if Chiesa was fit and available, by the way, Slot's saying he could play 9 if he's available. So
can we also talk about Slot getting a yellow card at Arsenal for shouting?
Yeah, for shouting at Canate, wasn't it?
Yeah, and did you hear him in the press conference afterwards?
Yeah, he's hilarious, isn't he?
That's brilliant, man.
He's hilarious. I love him.
No one asked him about that, by the way. He just said it.
Yeah,
and he just went. I was telling him. Why are they fucking doing that?
What was the other one when he got that yellow card? He went, "Yeah, I deserved that yellow card. It was as clear as that penalty that didn't get given." So I love this guy, man. But yeah, look, I understand the Darwin and Jota stuff, guys. I really do. I just feel like
someone wrote in the chat when Jamie said Nunez over Jota, K-Mac started to spontaneously combust.
The only reason I say it, guys, is because I don't feel either of them have done well enough yet to go. That's my spot. Yeah, that's my spot. Yeah. So if Jota had played to a level where he's undroppable, and no matter what Darwin does, that's just Jota's spot.
I agree.
They've both not done anything to a level yet when they've gone. Like, it's not like that's Mo Salah's spot. Do you know what I mean? Look at left wing position. Diaz hasn't got that left wing position sewn up. In fact, it looks like he prefers Gakpo.
It's a mad one, isn't it?
And people are already moaning that Diaz has lost his spot to a Dutch guy because the manager's Dutch. It's not. No, maybe because Diaz is shit. Maybe
he's funny though.
Maybe his purple patch is over.
You know what's funny? I actually said that. I said that. I said that Diaz has reverted back to the Diaz the last season because he hadn't scored in a couple of games, and then he scored that brilliant goal against Brighton away that won us the game. And I'm like, okay.
But what position was he in? Central position.
He was on a yellow, Curtis. Curtis, he was on a yellow. Like, don't say I'm waffling, mate. He was on a yellow card when he did that
waffling?
tackle.
What's that?
Someone just said I was waffling about Nunez. Nunez was on a yellow card when he did that slide tackle.
Oh, what? And he pulled away from it. Yeah. He was already on the yellow card when he. Yeah. No, against Arsenal.
Yeah. No, he actually did the slide tackle, and the player just got away from him. Like,
yeah, and then there was another one moments later when he went to do it and then pulled away, didn't he? Yeah. That happened in the Arsenal game. That definitely happened in the Arsenal game. Yeah, but look, Darwin and Jota, I think they're both combating for that number 9 position all season until someone goes, this is my position. If it's Jota and he starts banging and we're better, then Jota keeps it. If it's Darwin, it's Darwin. Let's see how it goes. I mean, they're fighting for it. So, and I think the thing is,
it's a great problem to have.
And I think Slott's going to let them. And I think Slott's going to let them battle for it. 100%. Although, by the way, guys, I think that's why we're heavily linked to Omir Mamouche. I think that's why we're heavily linked with him, because I think Slot wants his striker, and the Mamouche, unless I get told differently, it looks like that is quite a strong link at the moment.
And it looks like it's cheaper as well. It looks like it's cheaper.
We do have a certain Egyptian there who might pull a bit of weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Mamouche found out that he could play with his idol Mo Salah every week, his bags are probably already in the hallway. You know, just in case. Do you know what I mean? Just in case. In case.
I think Mo Salah's got a spare room made up for him.
Yeah, don't worry about it, son. You stay with us and the family for a while. He's settled in. Yeah, man. Can you imagine?
He's probably already had a tour. He's probably already had an Anfield tour, mate.
Jay, what do you think of the Salah tweet, Big Ant?
That was a weird one, you know.
It's obviously that bottom line where he put.
Why? Why'd you have to put that bottom line in there, Mo?
I just think that's the way Mo talks. I also
think that's a warning shot across the.
I'm going to say I think all three sign.
I think two of them do.
I think the Madrid. I don't think Trent wants to go to Madrid. If you actually read about Trent, Trent's always preferred Barcelona.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say Barca.
Trent always preferred Barcelona. Trent has always watched Barca. You read the thing about Trent. Trent loves Barcelona, man. It's Barcelona who could be the one. Madrid, I think people were putting two. I think Paul Joyce said it as well recently, that in the Times, where he wrote an article and said, you know, this Madrid and Trent stuff is literally Marca just doing the job what they always do.
Yeah.
You know, if they see an exceptional player that's available, they just do what they do. But there's been no conversations. Trent wants to stay at Liverpool. He wants to be paid right. If he gets paid right, he'll stay. If not, he'll leave. So, yeah, we've got to see how it goes. But I'm hoping all three stay. What I want them to do, because we're coming up to, it's November now, we've got to get a decision done before Christmas, in my opinion. Because if we don't get a decision done before Christmas, their agents will go, look, they're all available to talk to other teams now in January. We can't stop them. They go to talk. Once they start talking, that's going to get out in the public domain. Once the public domain get out of it, it's going to be a constant nightmare for you guys. And you've got a Premier League that you could go and be winning. Do you want that distraction? Either by Christmas, the players come out and say they've signed a new contract, or they say, this is my last year at the football club, and we just finish this conversation by Christmas. It's got to go that way. Like,
well, they can sign a pre-contract with a non-Premier League club, a non-English club in January, which is scary.
Yeah,
that's the scary one. I do think Virgil will be done before the international break.
I think Virgil's the most obvious one to start.
I think Virgil will be done pretty soon.
Yeah, I think Virgil's close to being done.
I think Mo might be just a Christmas announcement. like stood by the Christmas tree.
See, I think with Mo, when you think about it, Mo's on 350 a week, yeah? If Mo wants to be 400 grand a week, we're actually only finding an extra 50 grand.
Yeah, just give him
We're not going up by lots of money. We're only actually finding another 50
just
grand.
give him it for the Brighton goal.
Yeah, alone. We're just finding another 50 grand. If Trent wants to be on 300 plus a week, we are finding a huge amount of money for Trent.
Apparently, apparently we offered him 240, and he said,
"Yeah,
no.
I read that as well."
Like, that's bonkers. Like, honestly, you're turning down 240, Trent. Like, seriously.
I think they've all turned down contracts. It is what it is, guys. You give a price.
I think the other two is years. I don't think it's money. I think it's years.
Yeah, they're looking
not willing to go 4 years in.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is year plus 1 year plus 1 year, plus 1 year for Virgil and for Mo Salah. But I think they want the full just 3 years. So they know if they sign that, no matter what happens, they got 3 year contract.
Yeah, it's their last big deal.
Yeah, they got a 3 year contract. When you do 1+1, that contract can get terminated, and you don't know where you sit. So if you get a 3 year,
Milner was okay with that. Milner was okay with that.
Yeah, but Milner was at different stages of his career, wasn't he? He was at different stages of his career where Mo is 32 and still the best right winger around, apart from Mel, obviously, at Barcelona. And Virgil was the best centre back around at 33. So, given what they want, man,
there's no one even close to him. I just can't let Mo go. Like, because what is he like? He's like ninth in. He's just overtook Robbie Fowler. Yeah, I think he's like eight or 9 goals away from Thierry Henry's record.
He's 8 goals, I believe, away from
seriously,
Henry.
like
he's got to beat Henry by the end of the season. He's got to be above Henry at the end of the season.
You can't let this guy go. Like, he's just too good. And if he hasn't got the pace, if he hasn't got the pace anymore, and we're not going to play him on the right wing, you can play him as a 10 or a 9.
Yeah, he's got multiple positions where
he literally plays like Harry Kane now. Literally plays like Harry Kane. Like, his passing is unbelievable, and his finishing is just out of this world.
And what we got to think of Mo as well now, guys, he's a moments player.
Yeah,
he might not be great for 90 minutes. He might not be great. He might not be great for 90 minutes, but he's special. He's a difference maker, and it's what a lot of other teams haven't got. You know, it's what a lot of teams haven't got.
Not many teams in the world.
You could argue City have got it with Haaland. You know, how much shit has Haaland got City out of this year?
Vinny Jr. is one of them as well.
Vinny Jr. at Real Madrid, getting Real Madrid out of shit. Do you know what I mean? There's special players that sometimes are like Salah might be missing for 70 minutes of the game. You're like, he has been bonk. You know, get him off. Yeah. And then
you mean against Brighton?
Yeah. And then out of nowhere, he gets an assist and a goal and wins you the game. And it's clutch. And this is what I always say about GA. When people bring out goals and assists, GA can be so screwed because it's like, where was that GA? Look at Salah's GA. 55 goal involvements from last season till now. Do you know how mad that is? Right? And they're all match-winning goal involvements. They're all match-winning goal involvements.
Can I tell you this stat, which it's unbelievable, okay? I've got to tell you this stat that I found on Mo. Okay, so players with 250 goals and 115 assists in the last 10 years. Guess how many there are?
Go on.
2. And guess who they are?
Go on.
Mo Salah and Messi.
Oh, there you go.
And do you want me to give you the numbers?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Messi's 377 goals and 203 assists. It's Messi. It's Messi, though, isn't it? Yeah. I know.
That's ridiculous.
I know that's mental. Mo's 255 goals and 125 assists.
That's just as ridiculous.
There's no one quite like him. Like, seriously. Like, and that's why I'm saying the Messi numbers, because that's crazy numbers.
Scraps coming for you.
Scraps. Scraps. I blocked you on every single page, mate. All right, and I'll block you on this one as well.
Have you? What have you
Yeah.
blocked Scratch for? I think Scratch just winds you up. I don't think it
No,
means.
he's been giving me grief on all the channels. Like, shut
See?
up.
I haven't been on, have I? I
Like,
blocked
go and
no.
have a pint.
Big up Promo in the house. Hope you do well, man. Hope you do well. We are watching an all-timer. He'll be our best player ever if he ain't already. Yeah, big up, man. Look, Mo's different, man. He's a moments player right now, and there ain't many of them. You know, it doesn't have to be phenomenal game to win you a game of football. You know, he don't need to be a phenomenal player. You know, in the game, he just does what he does. He wins. He gets the ball. Look what he did against Brighton. Great ball from Curtis Jones. Runs into the channel, comes inside, gets it on his left foot, banging it. It's the winning goal, and it wins you the game of football. I've seen it so much with this guy. He will never, ever, ever, ever. Don't argue, you two. Be nice. He never gets his flowers, Mo. I don't think he ever will. I think Mo's one of them players that I don't think he will be respected till the day he leaves. Will he, K-Mac? He does for us fans.
I know.
But it's just
it's wild, isn't it? Isn't it wild though? Like the amount of people that are okay with him leaving, it's just wild. Like how? Like this guy has won us so many games. Like this guy, like he's now in double figures against most of the Premier League teams that we played. Like as in like Arsenal 10 goals, Brighton 10 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Like when do we ever have that conversation about players? Like, oh yeah, he's in double figures against Arsenal, he's in double figures against Manchester United, and like he scored more goals at Old Trafford than half of their strikers. Like,
yeah, it's
insane,
kind of mad,
and he still doesn't get the plaudits that he should. Like seriously, like
no,
like I haven't asked any channels to ban you. Okay, like I blocked you. Like
guys, be nice.
I'm not that type of guy that would ask content creators to ban you. I just blocked you because I don't want to listen to your crap. Like,
be nice. Guys, be nice. Be nice. So Mohamed Salah has 76 goal contributions in 81 Premier League games against the Big Six. Do you know how mad that is?
It's mad.
Let me say it again. So let me read it out. Mohamed Salah for Liverpool has 76 goal contributions in 81 Premier League games against the Big Six clubs, 56 goals and 20 assists. He has 56 goals and 20 assists against the top 6 teams in the Premier League.
It's insane.
That is, and yes, like promo in the house has said there, he is frustrating. We all get frustrated over him, but we have to put up with that frustration. I think we have to put that frustration to one side because I know he's going to score or do something mad that gets us back in the game. You know, he's our version of Stevie Gerrard. You know, when we just used to look at Stevie doing something to get us back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same with Mo. Obviously, he's not as like Stevie weren't frustrating because he was Mr. Liverpool, but yeah, Salah can be frustrating. He can get the ball, gives it away, can't dribble around someone, and then you just give it to him again one more time and go like, "This is your last go, Mo." Really is, and then he bangs it in the top corner. You're like, "Yeah, that's Mo."
The manager's like, okay, who shall I put on who shall I put on instead of you now?
Yeah,
and then he bangs one in, and you just go, okay, then I'm not taking you off ever, and that's the reason why he never got taken off.
No, exactly. And that promo says, I've just accepted it now. Salah's just inevitable, no matter how he plays. Exactly.
Yeah,
he's just inevitable. Because it's big up Mac. He says it's just because it's normalised that Mo does. We forget he's a freak. Yeah, look, we're all guilty of it, man. We're all guilty of it. Not knowing, like,
how on earth was he not in the conversation for African Player of the Year?
He weren't even on the Balon d'Or top 30
wasn't even on the
list.
Balon d'Or list. Like, seriously,
he weren't on the Balon d'Or top 30 list, and he weren't even in the AFCON nation, like in the AFCON play. It's just
Mad.
It's
How is he not won the Balon d'Or?
I mean, the year that look, you could argue if we won the Champions League in his first season, I think he would have won it.
Yeah,
I think he would have won it. When you look at his goal contribution that season, was it 44 goals?
Do you think Mo could still win the Balon d'Or?
Nah.
Do you think if we won the league this season and the Champions League?
Oh, if we
did the treble this year with Mo.
If we did the treble this year, if we won the Premier League and Champions League and he was the top goal scorer for Liverpool,
because
it may be.
Because Rodri's just won it, which means it can come back to the Premier League.
Yeah, but they also acknowledged that he won the Euro.
He was in the Euros.
Well. And the thing is, he's not going to win anything with Egypt, is he? So
we won the treble with our first year with Slot, yeah, and we haven't been in the Champions League for what 2 years? Was it 2 years? Is it 2 years? Yeah. So we. And Mo was okay. Mo mightn't get top goal scorer in the Premier League because Haaland's just a freak.
Yeah,
I mean that's a. I don't know. Like I'd love it if he won. I'd love it if he could if he got the Balon d'Or. Like I think he deserves it.
He should have got if we won the Champions League.
Trent. Virgil van Dijk should have won the Balon d'Or. Like that was
insane. If we won it in his first season. If we won it in his first season, the Champions League, Salah having 44 goals that year, I think he probably would have got it. But yeah, for me, Virgil's the one who got robbed.
2 points, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 points because Ronaldo voted for himself or whatever it was. It's just mad. But yeah, Messi. Look, how Van Dijk got in between Ronaldo and Messi for World Player of the Year is just. Shows how good that man was. Yeah, it's what's that? Oh, God's sake. Okay, guys. Look.
You know what? I'm not even talking about that because if that's
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
That's what happened. Then you are an absolute grade.
I have been out of the limelight.
I know you have.
Since the 24th of November.
Absolute grade A if that's what you're going to do to ends.
I have no idea. No idea what's going on.
Yeah, the Balon d'Or is a joke. And I mean, it just got even jokier, didn't it, with the with Vinny Jr. not even turning up.
Yeah, it's a mad one, ain't it? Like players take it. These young
Didn't
players.
Darwin Nunez get better numbers than him last year? I've heard.
Yeah, but again with GA, if you look at Vinny's goals came from,
it's what Vinny won, wasn't it?
Vinny won games, pretty much with his GA.
Yeah.
In the hardest competitions. So, yeah, Vinny. Yeah, the thing is, Vinny might not win it next year because Jamal might win it for Spain. You know what I mean? So, he's, Rodri was the right winner, if you ask me. He was the right winner. I don't think that was a robbery at all. But yeah, that is that Balon d'Or. It's a weird one because I don't give a shit about it. I don't think older players do either. I think it's a younger person's game now. I know Real Madrid put it in their contracts. When young players sign, they put Balon d'Or things in their contracts. So I know it was a big deal. It's a big deal to Trent by the sound of it. But
which is really weird.
Yeah, the Balon d'Or for right back.
Trent, we haven't talked about that.
You're never going to win the Balon d'Or as a right back, even if you play for Real Madrid. It's not going to happen. You're in a team with Mbappe and Vinny.
But the thing is as well, and this is the mad thing. Like I said this on, I think I said this on another channel. Is if you do have a really good season, Trent, and you do I don't know, 30 assists. It's the players that score the goals from your assists that are probably going to win it ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. They're the ones that win the game. Like, I know your assists are amazing, but they're the ones that score the goals.
They're never going to look at defenders. It's always going to be midfielders or attackers. It's always going to be midfielders for attack.
And the mad thing is, as well, by the way, is like when he said Balon d'Or, she was like, "You don't want to be Liverpool captain," and then he went, "Yeah, I've already worn the captain's armband," and I was like, "Whoa!" Like Joe Gomez has wore the captain's armband, mate. Like, you know, just because you put the captain's armband on doesn't mean you're being the captain. Like, being the captain is lifting the trophy. Like, you know, that's being the captain. So when he said that, I was like, he's gone. Like, I genuinely thought he's gone. Like, you're coming out with stuff like that. And I'm also sat there going, like, how many interviews do you have to do, mate? Like what is going on there? What is going on with you being like interviewed every single week?
For Trent to come out and said my contract won't be under the camera and under a microscope, and I won't be talking about it. The man ain't shut up.
He's not shut up, has he?
Yeah. So yeah, I think Trent just needs to be quiet now. This is a good do. They should do a Balon d'Or for each position.
That's a really good shout.
I know they do sort of. They go Defender of the Year and Yasmin Award for goalkeepers and all that. But I think they should say Balon d'Or for best striker, Balon d'Or for best midfielder, Balon d'Or for best defender, Balon d'Or for best goalkeeper. So then you're the World Player of the Year in your position. Because it isn't fair that a defender is not looked at as the same as a striker. Because a defender, we remember. Look, I remember Palio Maldini. Palio Maldini is one of the greatest footballers ever lived, but he was a centre back and a fullback. Should he never won the award? Because you know, I can remember as many defenders as I remember forwards. You know, that's a great shout. Maybe they should do that, man.
The goalkeeper one was interesting because the guy we've signed came 9th. And Alisson wasn't even in it.
Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know.
That's mad. That's mad, isn't it?
It tells you everything you need to know.
That's a madness, that.
I mean, if we were going to do a Balon d'Or for best striker, best midfielder, best defender, best goalkeeper, who would everyone's Balon d'Or gone to this year? That's how we're going to finish the show. Who's back? So I want everyone's Balon d'Or for striker, midfielder, defender, and goalkeeper the last 12 months. K-Mac, what's yours?
What striker?
Yeah, what's your Balon d'Or? Balon d'Or midfielder? Rodri. Defender? Carvajal, maybe?
Defender, Rudiger.
Rudiger's a shout. And goalkeeper?
I don't want to give it to another Real Madrid.
You can if you want.
I don't think Quartar played that much last season. Goalkeeper, probably Keller.
There you go.
Keller was really good. Keller was really good last season. Like, really good.
BW's gone. Alisson, Vinny, Rodri, and Carvajal. Yeah, Carvajal's a shout.
Yeah, Carvajal was pretty special. And he scored that winner as well, didn't he? Actually, yeah, Carvajal scored that. Did he score the winner in the Champions League?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carvajal defender-wise. Yeah.
Alisson, defender, I know, midfielder, Rodri, striker, Gutierrez. Yeah, I hear that. Do you know, right, this might be sad, right? I know everyone's going crazy about...
No. Goalkeeper.
Gutierrez.
Goalkeeper's probably Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez, yeah, definitely.
Martinez, sorry.
I know everyone's going mad about Gyökeres right now, yeah? Everyone's going mad about Gyökeres. I'm not sure. I'm going to say I have been burnt by strikers playing in Portugal.
Yeah, Farmers League, mate. Farmers League.
I think we forget how good Darwin looked in that season when he scored 36 goals for Benfica.
Farmers League, mate.
36 goals he scored for Benfica.
Look at some of the forwards that have come out of that league. Seriously, they're not all that. Some of them are not all that, honestly.
Yeah, it's.
I think it's a Farmers League, mate.
I know he's banging goals at the moment. He got 4 yesterday, and Gyökeres looks a talent.
He does.
I just why didn't no one pick him up when he was at Coventry?
I don't know why no one bought him last season. He had like a £60 million release clause.
Yeah,
Arsenal wanted to spend 50 on Sesko, but they wouldn't spend 60 on Gyökeres. Like, really?
It's like everyone watched him at Coventry. There must have been scouts at Coventry watching him.
They paid like 18 million for him, I think, as well. Do you think he'll go to Man United though to follow him?
I don't know. I don't care if he does.
I've heard that they've really pissed off some of the players. Like Humland and him are really pissed off because he's left, and they thought he was staying.
I mean, you're correct.
And they could have left last season, but they stayed for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Xerxes. Everyone told me Xerxes is a special guy.
This is gash.
I watched him a day when he came on for Chelsea. The man's got no pace. He was one-on-one and he stopped.
He's crap, mate.
I don't get it. I like. Yeah, look, there's obviously a player there because, as LK says, he has scored for 3 years running Gyökeres now. So there must be a player there.
Yeah, but okay. He scored for 3 years in a row playing in the same league, because Portuguese league is the Championship.
How many goals did he get in the Championship? Did he get a lot of goals in? I mean, he might be the player, man.
I think he got like 15,
he
maybe
might,
20.
He might be decent, maybe. I think he's going to be the hottest striker in the league in the summer. That's going to be Pitbull go. I know people have talked about Boniface as well.
I want Boniface, but Boniface, yeah.
I think Boniface gets a lot of injuries, though, don't he?
Boniface is lethal. He can just win you a game, Boniface. Like, honestly.
You got Boniface, you got Sesko, and you've got Gyökeres. I think they're the three strikers.
I don't think you'll get Sesko. I think he's got a mad release clause now because he's re-signed.
I think they're the three that like Premier League teams and other teams are going to try and look at. But Gyökeres is going to be the one, ain't he?
The Mamouche guy does look good. Like,
got Mamouche as well. It would be typical Liverpool. It would be typical Liverpool go and get Mamouche and leave everyone else alone. And everyone's like, we got the wrong player. Then Mamouche scores 30 goals the next season.
I think he's got 16 or 17 GA already. I think he's got 9 goals already. And I also think he's only about 32 million. Same price as Salah. Just saying.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of talent out there, guys. There is a lot of talent out there. But one thing I want to end this on, So the last couple of weeks, I've been watching. Jamie's always watching, even though he's busy. I've always got my eye on everything, and I'm watching everyone's content. I'm watching people and what people have to say and stuff like that. And I can't believe the amount of Arsenal dick that has been sucked the last week or so.
Mate, I didn't even mention the Balon d'Or. How did Arsenal get 3 players in it?
I just
didn't win nothing. Didn't win anything.
The amount of Arsenal dick I have been seen sucked in the last week or so. It's quite lucky I haven't been live because I've done my nutting and now I've let it manifest. But my God, it's been. I've been coughing up everywhere, man, and it's like even on like content channels that have got nothing to do with Arsenal, they're just sitting there glazing Arsenal. I'm like, what are we doing? I've got the media lying about their injuries.
Literally lying. Like Virgil van Dijk is having to actually recorrect the media in interviews.
I'm sitting there watching the Arsenal game, and all they're talking about the Arsenal game. It's a perfect game for Liverpool for all Arsenal's injuries. And then the two teams come up, and I'm like,
"Where are your injuries?
We got more players out there. We got more players out than them. What are they chatting about?" Like, and then I looked at the injury list. We got one more player out injured than Arsenal did in that game, and then the fake injuries they got during the game.
My God, how many of them?
Like Gabriel holding his knee like it came out of his socket, only to train the next game. Yeah, like the dick sucking has got to stop. Why have people, guys in the chat, maybe you can help me with this. Why have people put Arsenal at a level with Real Madrid in this league? It's like Arsenal are now the front runners, the top. If you've got ambitions to do anything, you've got to get past the mighty Arsenal. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, did I slip into a coma in the last week? And I've been asleep for 4 years, and they've won everything.
The mad thing is, you literally had so many people in media and channels going, "Oh, Arsenal could probably win the Champions League this year. Like they should be going for that." And the Premier League, I'm like, what? Like, really? Like, what have I missed? Like Arsenal are ultimate bottlers, and they have been for a long time. And the only trophies he's won were with Unai Emery's team.
It's just fucking. I'm watching Tottenham content creator, yeah, Tottenham content creator, right? I won't say his name. A Tottenham content creator, yeah, talking everything Arsenal before his own club. He did an Arsenal video about how scary Arsenal were before he spoke about Tottenham that actually won that day. I'm like, what is going on? I know Arsenal are good for clicks and all that, but come on. What are we doing? Why are Arsenal now the Real Madrid of England? Like, if you get past Arsenal, you're winning everything. Like, did I actually fall asleep for 4 years and Arsenal completed football or something?
Mental.
Did Arsenal actually? Because Gary Neville the other day was speaking like Arsenal completed football.
Well, he was speaking like he's being paid by them.
Like they've won multiple league titles. And
there's something weird with Sky. There's something weird with Sky and Arsenal. Like
I don't get it. I really don't get it. And it makes people hate Arsenal even more when there's loads of very good Arsenal fans out there.
Yeah, I hate Arsenal though. I do hate Arsenal.
I hate Arsenal as much as I hate Man United now. I really do.
I really do.
And they talk so much shit. We were robbed. We were robbed again.
They were robbed.
They were robbed. Screwing us.
They were robbed of that perfectly good goal where there was 3 fouls in the build-up.
Yeah. Oh, we're robbed of everything. We're robbed of everything. No, you want to know what robbery is, Arsenal fans? Having a perfect legal goal given offside when he was onside by 4 yards, getting an apology after. And guys, by the way, Liverpool Football Club tried to get all your teams together to go on a mutiny against the officials in this country and go on strike. And none of you wanted to know. Not one of you. Arteta called us crybabies in his press conference. Well, refs give decisions, and when the refs give a decision, there's not much you can do about it. You know, I remember all this shit, yeah? You all moaned, right? Oh, Liverpool just trying to get... Biggest robbery ever. Liverpool tried to get you all on side. We tried to do a mutiny against the officials of this country and go and strike. So they listened to us. None of you wanted to know. Now you're all getting shit calls. Well, fuck you all, yeah? And this Arsenal dick sucking has got to stop. People of content, yeah? If you've got a neutral channel that you just talk football, do your Arsenal content, no problem, yeah? That makes sense, right? Get your money. But if you've got a content channel that is dedicated to another team, and all you're doing is chatting Arsenal, get the dick out your mouth, go and get some pussy and touch grass. Do you know what I mean? Stop. Stop. Just fucking stop. What Please. Are we doing now? You're all talking about Arsenal like they're Real fucking Madrid.
They're 7 points behind us in 10 games gone.
And all I'm hearing today is, all I'm hearing today on Sky is, Arsenal and Man City, Arsenal, Man City. I'm sitting there going, are Liverpool top of the... Like, am I looking at the wrong league table? Or are Liverpool the ones 7 points clear of Arsenal at top of the league? Yeah, and they're all going about Arsenal, Man City.
ESPN are exactly the same, by the way.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's mad.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm kind of getting to the stage where, what do we have to do to start getting people talk about us? Like Liverpool are quietly sneaking up, or they're the underdogs, or we're top of the table, and we're top of the table off good merit. Like, less XG against us, more XG for us, more goals scored, less goals conceded than anybody else. Like, all the numbers stack up for the reason why you're top. Like, Arsenal have been gash. Like, Man City have been crap, and they've been quite lucky, like, because they've had centre-backs that have scored. Like, let's just see how it goes. But If Arteta doesn't lose his job this season for not winning shit and being crap, then I don't know what, because the guy got a new contract and now he plays like Jose Mourinho and parks the bus.
Yeah, Arsenal fans are sick of it.
And it's really bad to watch.
I'm sitting there fearing, Arteta's the best young manager in Europe. At doing what? Losing. Because he ain't won nothing.
No.
Like, what? I don't mind people putting a team on a pedestal, yeah? So if they put Man City on a pedestal, I'm like, understand it. They've won 4 Premier Leagues in a row and a Champions League only 2 years ago. Put them on that pedestal. That's the team that's the team to smash. That's the team to get past, yeah? I think every fan's like, yeah, that's fine. You can talk it up, no problem. They put in Arsenal on this pedestal who won nothing. Like nothing. Oh, they gave Man City a good go. Oh, well done. Yeah, great. So in 2 seasons in the last 10 years, big up Arsenal. Yeah, well done, son. Yeah. They're making it out like Liverpool are nowhere near Arsenal, and this is the thing that peeves me off.
The thing is as well, like they're going, oh, well, they gave Man City a good go. Like, okay, we gave Man City a run right to the last game consecutively for a long time, but we also won European Cups and also local cups, like repeatedly.
They're all deluded, man. They're fucking
deluded.
They
They did nothing, and they weren't even in Europe when they gave Man City a run. By the way, they weren't even in Europe when they gave Man City a run.
They're just
do one.
I went on
Mo's channel and had an argument with an Arsenal fan, and Mo was like, well, what is it then? And I went, I just don't like Arsenal, mate. I hate them. And he's like, oh, okay, fair enough. But they still talked about Arsenal for about an hour.
Yeah, it's because Arsenal they get clicks. I understand why everyone does it. And I'm not going to hate on that, because I understand you got to make your money. But it's driving me mad now. People acting like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Let me see if I can do this a minute. I want to bring something up for you guys.
800 million. Jesus. I thought it was more. I actually thought it was more, Ant.
What's that?
I thought they spent more than 800 million. I thought he was in $1 billion now, wasn't he?
I
thought they were in $1 billion. I thought they were into $1 billion now.
What I will say is big up Lee Gunner, because I know people don't like
really honest. He's really honest.
I think he's a really honest guy, and he's just saying it how he is, and he gets shit for it. I don't get why, but let me see if I can look. I'm going to play this for you guys.
I mean, he's angry for a reason, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. Let me just hang on. This is fucking. Hopefully, you guys can hear it as well when I play it. Hey, mate, let me know when I play it.
Yeah.
Hang on. Right, I'm going to play it. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay.
Invincible, is that what you're looking at?
Can hear it.
Can you hear it? Right. Watch this video, guys. This is why people get pissed off.
It's going invincible. Is that what you're looking at now?
Could be. We've got the best young manager in the world in Mikel Arteta.
Fucking plum. I mean, like, don't make that statement when you've won nothing. Don't make that statement when you've won nothing. Yeah, you won nothing. You haven't won a League Cup, for fuck's sake.
I can't even believe you're having a conversation about Liverpool in the title challenge.
If we can get a win at Anfield, Invincible's 2.0.
Knob jockey.
Oh, yeah, right.
Edmonton being unbeaten away from them.
It's going to be out of us all City, and I think we've got the cojones to do it this season.
Oh my God! Like, honestly, guys,
set yourself up.
Back your team, I get it. Back your team. But the pedestal they're putting this club on just does my trolley in.
We will do it.
I feel that right now, William Saliba is the best centre-back in the league.
He's just outside the centre circle, Evan Nilsson. He's got...
Oh, my God, he's going to send him.
Red card from his pocket. William Saliba, central...
I fucking told you lot!
I expect 3-0. Wolves unbeaten in the last 10.
No, we won't fuck. I think we beat Bournemouth.
And fire in!
Oh, for
Right footed, sends Ryan the wrong way.
Fucking shambles, bro. Let me just keep it real, man. Like,
Yep, there we go. 2-0. Game over. Game fucking over. Dead and gone. Game done.
Today, got what we deserved. He's going invincible. Is that what you're looking
A
at?
bit of backtracking there.
We've got the best young manager in the world.
Best young manager in the world.
I do like that guy that goes on and he goes, oh, 2-0. Oh. I do like him. He's good. He's comedy value.
But yeah, the best.
Have you seen the other
manager.
guy? Have you seen the other guy with that video with the Man City one where he's like, when he's like dancing on the camera? That one. He goes, Come and get it.
Oh yeah,
And then they score.
Right. Look, as I said, it's not all Arsenal fans. There's a load of great Arsenal fans out there. Like, I like Gunnar Lee. I know a lot.
I do as well. Yeah.
I think Gunnar Lee's
Take your time. That's it. Take your time with it.
Gunnar Lee's a top bloke. Gunnar Lee's a top bloke. He believes in his club and all that, and he's good to have a debate with. So Gunnar Lee, sorry, not Gunnar Lee. Gunnar Lee. I love Gunnar Lee. He's a good pal. So, but there's some of the fans. They just chat so much shit. They put their team on such a pedestal, and I get it. You want to be that team. You're pushing your players, you're pushing your manager, you're pushing your team, and rightly so. It's what all fans do, yeah. But what I don't get is when other teams do it, when Liverpool do it, when us Liverpool fans push our manager, push our players, push our team, we get shot down. Oh, where have you been the last 2 years? Oh, yeah, we had 2 years off. Where have you been the last 21? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we haven't been at it the last 2 years. Fair enough, you have. You know, Arsenal been about it the last 2 years. They've challenged Man City. But at the end of the day, you're not successful.
We've only been a few points behind them. Like,
Liverpool,
we've also won multiple cups.
Liverpool be more successful the last 2 years than Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I just don't get this fascination of the suck jobs out there. And look, it's not Arsenal, yeah, themselves, yeah. Arsenal fans are entitled to do what they want on their channel and on social media and all that because they're bigging up their own team, yeah. I'm all right with that. Watching that video is a bit of a joke, right? A bit of a laugh. But there's content creators that are not Arsenal fans, yeah, and the glazing and the dick sucking and all this bullshit they're spouting. They don't believe it. They're saying it because it gets them clicks and views and revenue. That's why they're saying it. They don't believe it. They can't believe it. I'm hearing Liverpool fans sucking off Arsenal. It's like
not true. Like, none of it's true.
I don't get what's happened. I don't understand what has happened. I really don't get what's happened. I don't get where Arsenal are just this. We've put them on a pedestal. The media have put them on a pedestal like they're about it. They're that team that they're like the Real Madrid of England. I'm like, no. The only team that can be on a pedestal in this country right now is Man City. You know, I don't care about all the charges and that right now, but put them on the pedestal because they have won 4 Premier Leagues in a row. 2 years ago, they won the Champions League. They're about that life. Yeah, they won the treble, 100 points, injuries, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
They're about that life. You know, they're about that life. Put them on the pedestal. The way everyone's putting Arsenal on a pedestal is...
They've been to, like, Man City have been to multiple finals. Like, and you can say whatever you want about the 115, but they're players. They're not involved in the 115.
No,
like,
exactly.
They're just players. But
exactly.
They've been huge and consistently every single year. Like, and they will be this year as well, no doubt. Like, it will be us and them right to the end again. Like, it just always will be at this rate. But Arsenal, nah. They've been good for the last 2 years, but now they play have football. Like, have really gone off with even the way they play football now. And they're missing one player, and they've got no creativity anymore. Yeah,
it's just I just wanted to speak about it because I don't really speak about other teams on my channel when we're playing that team coming up. You know, I am a Liverpool channel, you know, so I just talk about Liverpool. I don't understand Liverpool content creators or people like that doing, or not Liverpool content creators, because there's not a lot of Liverpool content creators that do it, sorry. Other content creators of other clubs that are just glazing Arsenal right now. I don't get it. Leave it for Arsenal fans to do, unless you're a neutral channel. If you're a generic football channel, then I understand it because you're talking about everybody. That's cool. I get you. I get what you're doing. Also, at the end of the day, it's YouTube, and I understand you want to make a living, so that's your best way of making a living. Go for it. But once you start it, you can't come back. You can't start glazing, talking this talk, and then when they fall, come back and go on. I don't want to see Arsenal is scary, and then when Arsenal are no longer scary, I don't want to see Liverpool is scary on thumbnails. Fuck off. Don't want to see it. 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 I could easily click the shit out of my own channel, yeah, and have more than 6,000 subscribers right now if I want to do, because I've got a mouth on me and I can go and entertain. I could do anything and click the shit out of it and be on 20,000. I know I can, but I don't want to do that because I want to keep it truthful to Liverpool fans on this channel. And if I don't grow, I don't grow, but I'm having fun with it. I can't get my head around.
Be true to yourself, mate. Be true to yourself.
I can't get my head around people faking shit in front of a camera for glazing. It's a play.
And talking about clickbait. Can someone put my link in the channel?
Yeah, there you go. The Glazing Plague on YouTube has got a story. It's funny as hell, though. Look, I love the drama. Don't get me wrong. When I'm watching Lee Gunner just absolutely destroy people on YouTube, the man's like a detective. Don't get on Lee. Whatever you do, don't get on Lee's bad side, because he will find everything out about you and just pull it up on his screen, man. The man's a detective. I'm never going to say a bad word about Lee Gunner. So Lee, if you're watching this, you and me are safe, man. So yeah, I'm not. I don't want none of that shit. He's great at what he does, and I watch his channel, man. He just goes for me. He doesn't care. I love it. He just goes for people. Is he right? Is he wrong? Yeah. Is he right? Is he wrong? I don't know. I just find it
was about 7 hours long.
I know, man. I know. I love the guy. Jamie, you are doing my any fan show soon, as I love to come on with both of you for 10. Yeah, we'll be doing so. I'll do a call-in show again soon, man. Don't you worry. Big up, my man. Hope you're doing well. Not good night to you. I got respect for that. So many idiots click with a different team of fun now every week. Yeah. And like, I just can't, I won't, YouTube wants me to do it. They want me to clickbait, and that's what YouTube want you to do. They want you to clickbait and do that on your thumbnails, do it in your titles, get it out there. People like that's how it's done, but I can't do it, man. I'm a Liverpool channel. I talk about Liverpool Football Club. If we're shit, we're shit. Why do you think I get a lot of crap? Because people think I do it for clicks and views. When I was talking about Klopp, wanting him gone, and talking about how shit he is at the time and things like that. People think I was doing it for views. I weren't. I was being honest. I was just being honest. Klopp weren't good. And because I'm a Liverpool channel and I come out and say this, people start to realise, now Jamie's actually saying how we all feel, and not a lot of people have got the guts to say it. Guys, I hold this in high regard, by the way. I got Plonker of the week on Redmen TV. Right, I take this. It's a badge of honour for me, guys.
It's a badge of honour, yeah.
I got Plonker of the week on Redmen TV, yeah. Because I just said things I haven't got the guts to say. That's what it is, man. I will talk about my club how I want to talk about my club, and if people want to watch, they'll watch. If people don't want to watch, they won't watch. I'm not going to tell people you've got to watch me. YouTube's free. People can decide, you know what, I don't fancy that show of Jamie's today. I'll watch his next one. That's cool. Watch what you want to watch, guys. Watch what you want to watch. But the Arsenal glazing, concentrate. If you glazed about your own club as much as you do about Arsenal, your own club might actually get somewhere in life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just chat about your own clubs, guys. Chat about your own clubs. There ain't, you know, it's just, especially when I hear Tottenham fans glazing Arsenal. Do you know how berserk that is?
That's weird.
That's like me glazing Everton.
That's like Everton fans talking about us, like in a positive manner. That's never going to happen.
What are we doing? Stop it. Stop being trying to be like.
Keep the rivalry.
Stop trying to be like other YouTube channels. Yeah, be your own person. Be your own person. If you don't grow, you're not growing. So what? Yeah, just enjoy the show and work you're doing. Yeah, and more people will realise you're not a fake cunt. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair.
Just putting it out there, man. Just putting it out there. But yeah, well, guys, we're going to leave it there. All them glazers and yeah, look.
Are we talking about Manchester United's owners now?
Yeah, the glazers. These. Oh, I'm sick of it, man. I'm glad I just talked Liverpool Football Club. I wanted to get that off my chest, guys. I've been seeing it all week and I don't get it. I just don't understand it. And Jamie, I still think we'll finish behind Arsenal unless we buy 2 players in Jan. Yeah, that's fair enough.
They're 7 points behind us, mate.
I mean, that's
more than 2 games.
We got to lose probably 3 games and they got to win them all. I mean,
yeah, and they've still got to come to Anfield, and yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Like, I
hear you, but yeah, look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion as well at the end of the day. And if people want to make that,
I do think people want to make that players. I do think.
Yeah, we do. We desperately do. But again, we're talking about Liverpool, and if we feel like we need to buy 2 players, we got the right to talk about our own club like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But guys, we're going to leave it there. We've gone over for 2 hours now, so thanks for everyone coming in. We'll be talking about Liverpool constantly from now on. Don't you worry about that, guys. I just wanted to get that off my chest. And next up, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. We're going to be talking about a sort of Bayer Leverkusen game. I won't be around Tuesday for the Bayer Leverkusen game, though, because it is my daughter's birthday. So I won't be around Tuesday. So it is my daughter's birthday on Tuesday. So I'll be back. So I'll be on Monday and then I'll be back Wednesday, guys. So
thank you very much. Happy birthday to her, mate. An early happy birthday to her.
Appreciate it. Guys, good night for now. Thank you very much for joining me on my comeback. I appreciate it. And always go and subscribe to K-Mac, guys. Show him some love as well. And I'm sure K-Mac will be back on the streams as well. So appreciate love, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.